I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another night of iRacing action here on the National Racing Network, where tonight it's going to be the stars and cars of the iRacing Silver Crown Cup officials coming to you from the home of the Snowball Derby, Five Flags Speedway, Pensacola, Florida, right up there on the Panhandle. Not too far from the Floribama. Oh, that's a party. My name's Chris Graham. Thanks for coming to hang out with us here on a pretty darn spectacular Monday night at the NRN World Broadcast Headquarters. We are really looking forward to a pretty darn spectacular show. Talk to you a little bit here as qualifications get ready to roll. 1 week ago, Josh Bautista picking up a big win to kick off the season over Thomas Lewandowski and Austin Rich Miller. There's your championship point standings. It's only a 13-point gap separating Bautista from Lewandowski as we get ready to kick off round number 2 of 12 here for the Silver Crown Cars in 2024 Season 1. I'm not entirely sure how we've gotten here, but here we are. Let's take a look as, let's see, I think we may have Derek Love heading out onto the racetrack. There's a good look at D-Love, and we'll get the graphics up here for you so you can see where your favorite is running in qualifications. Love's going to be first quick at a 15.111. Billy Roberts now moving up top of the board. Brandon Buckberger, new quick time, 15.094. D-Love, even faster, 14.823. My goodness, these laps are coming in hot and heavy. Lap number 2 going on the board for Buckberger. He fell all the way to 6th, but now he's going to move up to second quick. 15.010. Now Ian Lane going to move up into the second position. Let's pick up Matthias Swag. He's pulling back on the pit lane. How about, let's see, Zach Scott-Nicky on the racetrack in the National Racing Network. Team Watson Racing setups number 44. That's a good-looking race car, too. Instead, we'll move over here. We'll pick up James Watson. He's the Grand Poobah Team Watson Racing setups. Off the bottom of turn number 4. Lap number 1 going to go on the board. 15.128. The pickups have been pretty substantial here on lap number 2. Watson off of turn number 4. He's going to move all the way up to third quick. Just a tick shy. Now he's back down to 4th as Thomas Lewandowski moves up to position number 3. 14.952 for Lewandowski, 14.992 for Watson. Josh Bautista, new quick time, top of the board. Oh my goodness. 14.801, the crown on the crown of Austin Rich Miller. Lap number 1 for him is going to be good for 17th quick. 18 cars on the entry list here tonight. Miller's going to be 8th quick after lap number 2, 15.043. Everybody has now taken a time except for Mitch Drevnovsky, who is just now getting out onto the racetrack. The Coors Extra Gold, number 21. That gold spec map looks absolutely spectacular on that race car under the lights here, too. Lap number 1 for Drevnovsky is underway. Lots of happy ream noises coming in the comments already. I absolutely love it. Lap number 1 for Drevnovsky will be 18th quick at a 15.621. Oh, and he may not score on lap number 2. Little puff of smoke off of the exit of turn 2. See what he does over the start-finish line. Oh, it is going to count, and it's going to be good for 4th quick. But Josh Batista, keep it up. The Ream Red Rocket here at the front of the field. That's going to make the comments go absolutely ballistic. $80 laps on the bill here for tonight's race. And let's take a look. Actually, we'll go a little bit wider shot here, and we'll give you a look at the starting grid for tonight's race. And there it is. The front row, Josh Batista with a lap time of 14.801. And the number 20, Ream.com, that Red Rocket, will start on the pole for tonight's race. Lining up to his outside, the Street Side Classics, number 1 of Derek Love. Love's lap time only 23 thousandths back. And keep an eye on the gaps here, people, because this is a very, very tight field. Row number 2 will have the number 9 of Ian Lane out of the state of Ohio, the Gorilla Tape number 9. Lining up on the inside to his outside in that Coors Extra Gold number 21. It'll be the 3 in timing and scoring. It's Mitch Drevnovsky. Row number 3, the T. Watson Racing setups. Martin Sports number 2 in New York's Thomas Lewandowski alongside of James Watson out of the great state of California. He will line up on the outside in car number 5. It'll be the 39 on the livery. Row number 4 will be the Dienst Farms number 4 of Brandon Buckberger, seeing if he can put that car up onto the podium tonight, make his first donation to Driven to Save Lives for the season. Zachary Nelson in the Quick Trip. Oh, let's see, looks like the number 37 is on the car, but who will be the 14 in your timing and scoring window. Row number 5, the crown on a crown of Austin Rich Miller out of Indiana, lining up alongside of Brian Elmore. He will occupy grid position number 10. Billy Roberts out of New England and Matthias Swank out of Indiana on row number 6. Row 7 will be Nick Neben in the Nebon 5. Entry, that car will be number 7 alongside of Zach Scott Nicky in the National Racing Network. Team Watson Racing Setup ZAS Designs number 44. Row number 8, Joe Gauthier, the Spotify number 17. Alongside of Samuel Stoner out of Indiana in car number 16. Jeffrey Stanton, he was talking in the pre-race how he is just not a fan of this place, and he is going to line up on the inside of row number 9 in the Napa Auto Parts, Rockwell, North Carolina, number 94. To his outside, the Me-Fine, number 15 of Zach Evans. 18 cars on the entry list, and how about it, an SOF of 39.83. This is a monster field here tonight as they are working lap number 2 behind the iRacing safety car, and they're going to get ready to go green flag racing here in just a moment. Ace car is in. Green flag goes in the air. We are underway here at Five Flags. Batista going to hold the early advantage. Side-by-side battle for position number 3. Ian Lane and Mitch Drevnovsky going to do battle in the 3. Oh, hold on to it, Watson. Wow, big save. That was a moment off of turn number 2 for Watson. Almost got up into Thomas Lewandowski. Those cars fighting for the 5th position. So much going on this racetrack right now as D-Love puts up a new fastest lap for the race. Brandon Buckberger looking inside of Lewandowski. He's going to get time. Oh, huge hit into the outside wall. Looks like it might be Nick Neben. Neben was involved with it. Samuel Stoner, Brian Elmore also going to be involved, and we are under caution for the first time here tonight. And that one was huge. look at it on the replay here, there's Neiman in that blue and white car. He's got the 11 of Elmore just back behind. Oh, just clipped a little bit to the apron and a huge hit into the outside wall. My goodness. Looked like Zach Evans also got a piece of that, tearing up the left front. Elmore has to take the tow back to pit lane. It looks like Neiman may be able to keep that car rolling under power, but my goodness, that hit was huge into the outside wall. Evans and Neiman both on pit lane. Yeah, you can see how bad that number 7's crab walking. So we're, well, slightly more than a handful of laps in. I love the comment. Oh, Lord, you people are awesome. Sign on. We're sure they didn't need a spatula to get the 11 off the wall. Yeah, this happened at Southern National a couple of weeks ago with a, I think it was a Legend car that they buried in the fence and had to cancel the rest of the night's racing. Now, big difference between tonight's race here at Five Flags and what you're going to see tomorrow night in the sprint cars. Caution laps count in the Silver Crown cars, so it's going to go 80 laps. There is the potential for an overtime finish, but for the most part, we're going to go 80 laps here tonight. The sprint cars are only going to run, I think, 40 laps, but caution laps don't count. And that race could go on a long, long time. Absolutely jacked up with the car counts we've seen the first couple of weeks here in the season in the crowds. As the iRacing safety car is going to make that hard left-hand turn down on the pit lane, and Josh Batista grabs the loud pedal pretty early here. Green flag goes back to the air. Batista's going to lead the field off into turn number 1. Good side-by-side battle. There's Drevnovsky, Ian Lane fighting for position number 2. Lane caught up on the outside. Watson's going to be down inside. Now so will be Brandon Buckberger. Lane's going to have to do some work to get that car down to the inside of the racetrack, or he could be in a world of trouble. Maybe a little bit of a gap forming off of turn number 4. We'll see. Hey, good drive off the corner for Lane, though. Really keeps the pace up. But it allows Lewandowski to dive inside into 1 and 2. And Lane's going to keep falling back, which grabs a little break. Does it the hard way. He gets back down to the inside lane, but Ian Lane's going to lose 5 positions back to number 7. Jeffrey Stanton down to the inside. Oh, Billy Roberts. He gets that pass completed off of 2. Everybody going to start to settle in now a little bit. These guys they were pretty concerned about trying to manage tires. I mean, at one point, I think Josh Batista said he was going to end up aiming for the Papa John's billboard in turn number 3. Oh, big moment for Batista. Wow, what a save, Josh. Elove clears the pass off at turn number 2. New race leader at the line, it's Derek Love. Go on board here with Josh Batista a little bit. Man, you can see how twitchy that car wants to be. Trying to chase down D-Love out front, but then you look out the backside, and there's Mitch Drevnovsky, one of the fastest guys out here. Drevnovsky carrying the number 3. This is a whole lot of heavy iron surrounding Josh Batista right now. Slide a little bit farther back in the field here. We've got A good fight developing here with Zach Skotnicki looking inside of Billy Roberts into 1 and 2. He gets that pass completed. Roberts may get swallowed up here by Samuel Stoner and Zach Evans. I'll tell you what, I am pleasantly surprised at the way Zach Evans is able to keep that machine moving fairly quickly here. That extra downforce may even be helping a little bit on the left front, because that thing is all jacked up. Got to slide back towards the front a little bit here. Give you the line look. Everybody single file back through 7th place Ian Lane. Jeffrey Stanton maybe just starting to lose contact a little bit here. He's fallen about a half second back of Lane. Oh no, what a sad ream noises sound like. Batista got that car looped around inside of turns 1 and 2. Pace car drives right through him. Gets the car looped back around. Let's take a look and see. We can figure out what happened here to Josh Batista down there in turns 1 and 2. Oh, he just clipped the inside pit wall. Spins the car around. Oh, that's no bueno. Now we'll see if Batista's going to... Yeah, he is going to stay out on the racetrack. Try and get a little bit tighter look at the car, and we'll see. Don't see any real damage on it. I mean, he just barely clipped that wall down the entrance to turns 1 and 2, but early trouble for your points leader here tonight as we are working lap number 27. Just past the quarter post here in this one. Tell you what, let us know in the comments what you think of the show thus far. I'm pleasantly surprised with the show these guys have put on. Not real surprised at all that they've gotten single file. As they burn the fuel off in these cars, they are going to really have to worry about the fuel numbers here. Let's see if we actually can't get a quick word in here with our race leader, Derek Love. And Derek, I'll tell you what, the car looks really quick out there. What are you thinking in terms of handling and fuel burn off here? Because it looks like you guys are starting to get a little twitchy already.
Car's feeling pretty good. I've got a different gear. I went with the 75. Everyone was going with the 60 when it was a lot cooler out. Track temps heated up quite a bit. It's cooling out a little bit right now under caution, but I hope that plays into my favor. I think track position is going to be key. Car hasn't felt too sideways or anything yet. I'm hoping we can just manage this throughout, keep everyone behind us.
Well, good luck to you the rest of the way here. I think you're going to get the one to go next time by. So thank you very much. We appreciate you coming to check in with us here, D-Love. And yeah, there you go. Track position sounds like it may be one of the keys to the night, as they have gotten the one to go signal at the start finish line. Be able to get up by the outside wall. D-Love grab a little gravity off of turn number 4. Back to the loud pedal. We're under green once again here at lap number 31. It'll be 50 to go. We'll take a look a little bit further back here. Josh Batista making a quick pass on Samuel Stoner. But he has got a long road to hoe if he wants to move that car back up towards the front of the field. See this battle, Zach Scott, Nicky holding off Matthias Swank, Billy Roberts, and Zach Evans. Man, this battle is so good up front here, though. Show you, that's basically a 5-car battle for second, even more than that even. It's interesting to watch these cars, how they kind of, you can almost see, it's really illustrated at Martinsville when the front of the car picks up and they kind of slam the front end down as they get on the brakes. Right at the entry to the corner, it's like they just tap the brakes to set the car. You can really watch the front squat down and grip up as they kind of, as the car starts to rotate into the corner. Sometimes you get a little bit too much play. Taking a look at our hard chargers. How about Jeffrey Stanton? Said he's not a fan of the place, but he's already up in position number 6. He's gained 11 from where they've started thus far. Josh Batista is starting to make ground up. He's up in the 12th position now, getting around Joe Gauthier, Zach Evans, and Billy Roberts as well. Still about 4 seconds off the race lead. Brandon Buckberger up 4. He runs in the 3rd position. Sitting there, it'll be a $5 donation to Driven to Save Lives, courtesy of Brandon and the Dean's Farms crew. $5 for every 3rd place finish, $10 for every runner-up finish, and how about it? Put another 5 on the till, buddy. Buckberger going to move himself up to P2 with a fantastic pass on Drevnowski into 1. And if Buckberger picks up a win this season, it's going to be a $50 donation for each and every broadcast win. Oh, buddy. Jeffrey Stanton, Thomas Lewandowski throwing haymakers at each other. And not just Lewandowski and Stanton, it's going to be Ian Lane and Austin Rich Miller also. 2 by 2 all the way around the Five Flags Speedway. Majeski picking up a big win here in the Snowball Derby just a few weeks ago. A couple weekends ago, I guess it was now. The outside fence. Oh my goodness. Austin Rich Miller also going to be involved in that one. And we go under caution for the 3rd time tonight. Take a look at the NRN replay. See if we can see what happened here. May have been the 8 kind of catching that apron. Yeah, there it was again. Oh, just a huge spear into the outside wall for Ian Lane. My goodness. Let's take another look at this one. Go on board here with Ian Lane. Oh. That was a big hit for Ian Lane. Ian Lane is on the pit lane, so it looks like his race may be done. Austin Rich Miller still out on the racetrack. minutes. We are past the halfway point already. Going to be down to 32 laps to go as we circulate behind the iRacing safety car. Coming up tomorrow night, we have round number 2 of the iRacing Sprint Car Cup for 2024 Season 1. We're going to follow it up with Championship Night for the TNT Shock Series, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You do not want to miss this race. The PM18s at Worldwide Technology Raceway, the artist formerly known as Gateway, heading into tonight, actually, will bring up the bottom line. You'll be able to see, you'll be able to see all the other information as well, too. But I believe it is something like an 8-point gap separating James Watson from West Shire for a TNT Shock Series championship. This race is going to be wild. We were doing some testing there last night, and the PM18s, it's basically like running Talladega with kind of underpowered open wheel cars. Do not want to miss that show coming up 9:30 tomorrow night. That's Eastern Standard Time. That would be 2:30 a.m. if you are one of our friends on the GMT clocks. Yes, Hina says, not to mention it's flat and wide. Yeah, different shape ends of the racetrack, kind of like a flat Darlington almost in some respects. D-Love giving a nice big berth to the pace car. It hits pit lane, he hits the loud pedal, and away we go again with 29 laps to go here at Five Flags. Josh Batista making a big move down to the inside of Matthias Swank. Going to put him back up in position number 9. Trying to get that reed machine back to the front. Going to work on that top Nicky through 1 and 2. Oh, good battle up here towards the front as well. Second place on the line, Drevnovsky inside of Buckberger, and here comes Watson trying to keep that door as closed as he possibly can. Buckberger may have to get a move on. Trying to get down to the inside, a little bit of a bump there. Right in the middle of turn number 1, you can almost see the front end of Drevnovsky's car pick up off the ground. Oh, he had to grab the binders a little bit. That time by it was Drevnovsky at the line, but not by more than a couple of thousandths or so. Position number 2. Oh, Buckberger. Big move there. Here comes the crossover look down into turn number 1. Drevnovsky slams the door. Nothing going there. And going to be hooked up on the high side. Lewandowski may have a shot. Man, I'll tell you what, they're standing. Really putting the move on Watson. Now he's able to hook the left. Man, that was a big aggressive move too by Stan. Eric Love, frankly, loves every bit of the battling that's going on behind him as Josh Batista continues the charge. He's up in position number 7. There'll be only 21 laps to go, though. He is going to have to get a move on. Drevnovsky and Buckberger right back to side by side. Drevnovsky holds on to second. Buckberger with a big dive into 1. Looks like he may get the pass completed this time. Wonder if we're seeing a little bit of this dynamic track come into play. The outside lane, oh yeah, it looks like it's really picking up some grip here. Watson's going to move up to the outside to go around the Buckberger, who had a big bobble off of turn number 4. It's starting to feel like that inside lane is getting slick and maybe starting to go away just a little bit here. You're Derek Love, it doesn't really matter. You got enough of a lead, you don't really have to push. Oh, that was so tight. before the race finishes, I know we lose some viewers when we get to the interviews. Next week's race will be broadcast Wednesday night, 8:45 p.m. Same time, just going to shift the date to Wednesday, so quite frankly, we all can enjoy the Christmas holiday with the families. As Watson finally gets that pass completed on Buckberger. He's sailing away here, but now Stanton going to try to make that outside lane work on Buckberger. He's not having nearly as much success. Batista still running there in the 7th position, just behind Lewandowski. Oh, caution is out. Oh, trouble for Zach Scott Nicky and Zach Nelson, it looks like. Let's see what happened here to Zach Scott Nicky. Oh, flips the inside wall. Man alive. A couple more big hits, and Scott Nicky, unfortunately, will have to take the tow. All right, catch your breath, because this one is going to be fantastic. So as we were mentioning right before the caution there, next week's race we will broadcast Wednesday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Wednesday night slot opens up because this Wednesday, it is the season finale for the Sim Racers Club SimSpeedShop.com Mint Mortgage Fall Series, SimSpeedShop.com Premier Series, Mint Mortgage Fall Season. Got it right that time. It's a mouthful. They got a bunch of sponsors. Braden Carroll, Johnny Avila really tight in that one. And that's going to be NASCAR Next Gens at the Phoenix Raceway. Crowning some champions, kicking some seasons off. Whole lot going on here on the National Racing Network. And it should be, I'm going to guess, 8 to go when we get a green flag. What does Mitch Drevnovsky do to get the bead on Derek Love here? You can see them all running down to the inside, trying to cool the tires off ever so slightly. And yeah, yes, it will be, actually, no. We're at 9 to go right now. They're going to get the flag, so it'll be a 7-lap shootout for the Silver Crowns. If we can't get a quick word in here with third place running James Watson. And James, the car's looks like it's been really good tonight. You think you have anything for these two guys up front?
I don't know. Maybe the thing I'm dealing with is they have a different gear in than I do, so they're able to carry a little more momentum off the corner. So I pull them when we get entering the corner, but because they're able to pull me, I just can't really do a whole lot. So I just have to hope I nail the restart.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck here. We'll drag you back to the booth, and hopefully we're talking to you here in a minute.
Ears open. Thank you.
That was a big discussion, was what gear they were going to be running. And, well, we'll see. When does Derek Love decide to go? He grabs the loud pedal early one more time. Oh, Buckberger makes a big dive on Watson. Watson's going to have to go from attack to defense very, very quickly. Buckberger able to complete the pass. Watson hanging tough on the outside. And that was all gear. Buckberger just had a little bit better shot off the jump. Now the question becomes, what do we see out of Drevnovsky? Do we see anything on Derek Love as we're down to 5 to go? Great look out the front. Man, Derek Love's car just it almost, you can see it hook up, start to pull away right as he gets back to the throttle. Stanton now looking inside of Watson. That's going to be for the 4th position. Now with two to go here at Five Flags, and it has been all Derek Love after Josh Batista had a little bit of an issue early on. 65, it'll be 66 laps led in a white silk out for Derek Love at the start-finish line. And that car has been incredible all night long under the twin checkers. Derek Love picks up the win at Five Flags. Mitch Drevnovsky coming home second. Brandon Buckberger making the first donation of the season to Driven to Save Lives. Put $5 up on the till. There you go, right on the start-finish line. Just absolutely perfect shot there. So, while we'll give everybody a moment to get loaded up here into the booth, but let's give you a look at tonight's running results. Derek Love getting that win by 1/3 of a second over Mitch Drevnovsky. Brandon Buckberger comes home third, as we mentioned. James Watson holds on for the 4th position, and Jeffrey Stanton driving the night up 12 to claim the Hard Charger Award. He will finish in position number 5. Thomas Lewandowski coming home 6th, 7th to Josh Batista, 8th Matthias Swank, Billy Roberts 9th, and Samuel Stoner will complete the top 10. Second page of the leaderboard will have Joe Gauthier, Austin Rich Miller. He had a big incident. Several of these drivers did, actually. Zachary Nelson, Zach Scott Nicky in 14th, Zach Evans in 15th, Ian Lane, Nick Neben, and Brian Elmore, all going out pretty early in this one. Now it's time. Let's do our victory lane interviews here, and we'll kick things off with your race winner tonight, Mr. Derek Love. And man, we talked a little bit earlier in the race, brother. The car looked really good. Talk us through the night, because we really didn't have a whole lot to show of that Street Side Classics machine.
No, I was putting it to them. Really proud of the guys back at the shop. They really built a rocket ship tonight. That car felt great. I didn't have any issues with it. And you talking about guys were getting sideways. I didn't know what you were talking about. So they must have been having a handful back behind me. But we had that thing on cruise control. That last caution came out, and I had like 1.4 second lead, and I got a little worried at that point, but I knew I'd get a good launch and just hold it together. And Mitch is pretty quick, but from the race, it seemed like I didn't have too much to worry about.
Yeah, even that last restart, it seemed like you guys were pretty equal in terms of outright pace right on the jump, in terms of like the throttle application. When you have that kind of advantage, knowing you've got the same gear, probably have the same gear, and the cars are about identical, you have to be pretty confident in that situation and know, hey, just don't step on it and you should be good to go. Yeah,
pretty much. I mean, Mitch is no one to shake a stick at or anything, you know. So any opportunity that's there, he's gonna pounce on it. And that was one of my little concern, was just, hey, we just got to click a few more off. We've been doing it all night, so I'm just happy back in the booth. Last week we ended up in the in-car field center, so it's nice to be back up here, and hopefully we get a good season together.
Well, I was just going to say, last week did not exactly go the way you would have wanted it to. This is really the way you want to come back, and I would think really try to lead into another potential championship run here, because you get the one that's a throwaway, it's a drop week. Now, do you look forward to kind of resetting yourself going forward? Next week we head off to Southern National, another tight kind of bull ringy kind of racetrack for these cars. Actually, no, that's the sprints. I forget where we go.
Yeah, I think Auto Club.
Auto Club. Yeah, there you go. Even better. High Bank Crazy Super Speedway. What are your thoughts as we head off to Auto Club?
I've always got I've got a pretty good speedway package. The guys at the shop they'll put it together for me, and I gotta look and see what the track temp. It's gonna be really a deciding factor of that race if we're able to run 2 lanes or one. But either way, we'll put it up towards the front in qualifying and manage that race. I'm still gonna be kicking from Iowa though. I tried to just save a little bit of tires going since we were doing an extended run there with 100 laps, and I thought maybe I could save some tires and then catch a caution and put me back into it. But it didn't play out that way for me, unfortunately. I definitely felt like we had a car to be up front.
Well, picking up win number 1 on the season, and it was a dominating one. Congratulations, Derek. And before we let you go, get all those sponsor plugs and shout outs, thank yous, and all that fun stuff taken care of.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to you guys, of course, and the Street Side Classic Machine. We'll see you guys next week. Happy holidays. Thank you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you too. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you coming to hang out in the booth with us here for a minute. And now we'll bring in our runner-up finisher here tonight, Mitch Drevnovsky. And I'll tell you what, Mitch, that car was, you were good. It was interesting watching that gold reflective strip you have at the bottom. Every time you hit the bump in turn 1, you see the car, the front end pick up. How tough is this place to get around with just how bumpy and we'll say how characteristic or how much character the track has?
Yeah, it was super tough tonight. I was just fighting tight right from the start. Right when the green flag dropped, I was tight. And I took weight jacker out of it. I ended up taking about 9 or 10 clicks out. Derek, I didn't really have nothing for him, but I figured if I could hold on to a podium, it'd be a good day. And Brandon got to me there early at some point near halfway. I figured just let him go, see if he can get Derek. And we got a restart, and it fired off good on the start. I was able to get back by him and just hold him off. So it worked out, but it was tough.
Yeah, the restarts seem to be kind of the keys to the race, with track position being so incredibly important. What kind of I don't want to say special sauce, because that's, we're not looking for trade secrets here, but was it just entirely gearing? I mean, you mentioned that you were fighting tight and taking weight jacker out. There had to be a lot of workout going on behind the wheel of that car.
Yeah, I was really in both corners trying to back up the entry so I didn't burn the right front off. I ended up burning it off anyway. Trying to get to the apron and wrap that line in 1 and 2. It seems to kind of be the good line here. And then 3 and 4, maybe enter just a touch higher, but turn down, get to that little flat spot and kind of get some wedge out and loosen it up a little bit. But just still too tight. I mean, just made the wrong changes on the stat. And, next time we come back here, got to just try to capitalize on what we found here.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. And before we let you go, do any of those sponsor plugs and shout outs you'd like to get in?
Yeah, I just want to thank the guys at EPI and you guys for doing the broadcast. It's always good to watch those back every week. And I think you guys will be doing Sprint tomorrow. That should be a good show. And everyone that showed up for the race, I think we got a split tonight. So that's good to see everyone coming out and racing. It's always a lot of fun. So shout out to all those guys and you guys for doing the broadcast.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you much. We appreciate you coming to hang out with us here in the booth for just a minute. And now we're going to bring up our third place finisher tonight. First time we're getting to talk to him this season, Mr. Brandon Buckberger, the Dienst Farms number 4 entry here tonight. And I'll tell you what, brother, that car was good. The pass you made on Drevnovsky in 1 and 2 was absolutely spectacular. Talk us through your night a little bit, because it seemed like it was kind of, everybody got to where they were and passing just became tough.
Yeah, driver sucked qualifying, so had to work my way through. And then once I got up to second, my tires were pretty much done, and I was just fighting for it. That was some good racing there, but kind of fell back to 4th and snookered James on that last restart and got 3rd. So happy with that. So, yeah, I know, decent night, but still have work to do. It's kind of hard to beat Derek every week when he's a rocket everywhere.
Well, yeah, that was going to be my question. I mean, you're making your first donation to Driven to Save Lives this season, putting $5 onto the till for the season, and it's one of those things that we talked how many times are you going to finish second. Does it start to get in your head a little bit, and you just go, man, like, what the hell do I have to do to beat this guy? Because the setups everybody's pretty close on.
It's been wearing on me. It's been about a year, but you can't worry about it anymore. You gotta be up front to get the wins, and sometimes you're just going to be lucky. But I don't know. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're close," and I'm just like, "Yeah, if it comes, it comes." I don't even know. It's I got to find something to be quick before I can start thinking about getting wins again. But yeah, as you said, and any podium finish for me this season, I'm gonna be throwing money to Driven to Save Lives. $5 for third. Second would be $10, and if I do get a win, it'd be $50 here. So we'll see what that grand total is here in the season. I hope it's higher than $5 though. Let's see what we can do with it.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry much that it's going to be anything. Yeah, the words are not coming to my mouth at the moment. It's going to be a whole lot more than $5 is what I'm trying to say. Man, Brandon, congratulations. It was a great night watching you battle with James, Thomas, and really kind of working your way through the field. It was a whole lot of fun to watch. Congratulations on the podium. And before we let you go, do all those sponsor plugs and shout outs on that pretty new race car.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for painting that car up. I think the boys were watching, Scotty, Bob, and Nate. I don't know if Swayze was watching. I think Madison was too, but they're sitting there. My phone's been blowing up every yellow flag. They were saying stuff. So, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'll be getting a $50 donation, but we'll see what happens here. I kind of want to get one or two of those this year just for Driven to Save Lives, but we'll see.
I think they're going to get there, brother. Like you said, you stay long enough up front, the wins are going to happen. And quite frankly, I think you're pretty much there. And Brandon, congratulations on the podium. Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming to hang out with us here. And man alive, that was a darn good show tonight. These guys were worried, saying it was going to be a mess and all sorts of stuff. We got an absolutely spectacular show out of these guys here tonight in the iRacing Silver Crown Cup officials. Reminder, next Wednesday night will be the Strength of Field race from Auto Club Speedway. That will be coming up at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time next Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, we've got the TNT Shock Series coming to you, their season finale from Gateway, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Great points battle there. We're going to kick things off with the sprint cars running right here at Five Flags. That is going to be an absolutely fantastic show with those cars. Wednesday night, it'll be the Sim Racers Club season finale for the SimSpeedShop.com Premier Series, running their Mint Mortgage fall season. That will be coming up 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from the Phoenix Raceway. And then a new venue for the National Racing Network on Thursday night, the Indy Pro 2000 Championship, USF Pro, whatever they're going to be affectionately known by now as. They are taking on Circuit Zandvoort over in the Netherlands. They say there's one banked corner. I think there's more like 3 or 4 banked corners for these open wheel cars. The oval guys are going to have some fun there. And quite frankly, the road course ringers that always put on a great show there. We're looking forward to that one in a very, very big way. But with that, time for us to get the heck on out of here. Fantastic show tonight by everybody in the Silver Crown Series. And for everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us, and we'll talk to you all soon. Have a great night, everybody.